Hey guys, welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Don here. Want to talk about a talk that I had today with someone from Hint Healthcare, I think it is. Basically what they are, they help people develop subscription models for health practices. And I think the way they started out was actually this concierge medicine. Basically, these are the primary care doctors that you see and you pay a subscription for. That might be $100 a month, anywhere up to like $1,000 a month or more. And that's like direct access. So basically what that means is they do everything that they used to do, but you have more direct access to them. You can email them, you probably get to see them the next day. And so that reduces their patient load substantially, because they don't have to see as many patients, and when you see them, you'll actually have an hour with them. That's where a lot of doctors are going. Really good doctors, they're just going to reduce their load. People are going to be willing to pay cash to see them, and it has a better overall experience. And then they have also kind of branched out to other types of specialists, and that's why I reached out to them. So the thought is, we've already heard a lot of our colleagues talk about opting out of Medicare or opting out of insurance and just seeing cash patients. I think that's fine. But that's not what I was thinking about when I was talking to them. I was thinking about, is there a way that I can develop a subscription service? And sometimes these can be long-term, or these can be short-term. So the way they do it, and they recommend it, is if you have like a treatment. Let's talk about plantar fasciitis. So with plantar fasciitis, currently the payment model is you pretty much, for us, you can either pay as you go, which is like you'll pay for each shockwave treatment or things like that, or you can do like a package with everything and do like care credit. The idea behind this is you have a subscription model. So let's say for 3 months, everything that you need is going to be, let's say, $300 a month. So for 3 months, $300 would be $900. Okay, that's an idea. That's a little too low. So let's say $500. So $1,500 for 3 months. That's going to be whatever you need. You would include shockwave, ultrasound, all these other things that aren't covered by insurance. Okay, and then after that, the thought is you would do it $500 a month for that period of time, and then you would do some type of a continuity afterwards. That even might just be like $20 a month, and then that would just go forever until they decide to not have that. What is the benefit? That's the key. We have to figure out what we can give them of benefit once they're better. So let's say it takes us for these musculoskeletal things, let's say 3 months to get better, but it might take them longer. But you do everything and you kind of divide up the payments like that. And then afterwards, this is the part I'm trying to rack my brain on. What could I give them of value that would be worth, let's say, $20 a month or another $50 a month? What I was thinking about, or what they recommended also when I was talking to them, and they said, well, you could offer like next day appointments, or you can offer to give them your cell phone, or you can offer to give them, private access to your email. Or something that I think would be kind of neat is you could have kind of like open office hours, which is basically a time where they could kind of log into this group of people that are part of this. Okay, so let's say I had, 20 people, and this group of people, they would have a certain time where we could get together and they could access me, kind of like a conference call. We do our conference call every Wednesday at noon, and you can ask any questions that you want. Something like that, kind of like open office hours that would be included to these, and you would either answer questions or you would teach them something about their condition or their foot or something like that. And then you would record, and then you would also send it out to them afterwards. So something to create value. So this is kind of the whole idea of this subscription. And then the other thing I brought up to her was my whole idea of the orthotic subscription. And I was talking to one of my colleagues in the office today about this. And, the whole idea is, let's say, instead of paying $550 for an orthotic, you are going to do, let's say, $10 a month, or let's say $15 a month for the next 3 years. Okay, so that would let's say it equals out to about $550, and then after that 3 years is done, then basically they could either get a new pair of orthotics, right? And then they could just continue that subscription, or they wouldn't. Because originally I was thinking, you kind of set it up as if they would get a new pair, but not everyone needs a new pair at 3 years, but you give them that option. And basically, with that subscription, you could give them other things. That's the thing we have to think about. We're not used to being really customer service directed, but you could give them, like, I don't know, shoe recommendations. You could give them different discounts or different ideas of new shoes that are coming out, anything just to really educate them about that specific topic of orthotics. And then at the 3-year mark, let's say you're doing yearly visits on your orthotics, you're reminding them of those yearly visits, and then at the 3-year mark, you would kind of start that kind of process over if they wanted to do it again. So that's the whole idea. Maybe, if a percentage of those get another pair or refurbish the pair or something, you could also include other things, like if they need new top covers or if they break or something like that. So I think there's a lot of ideas. I'd love to know if you guys think of anything that could be done for this. The last thing I was thinking about is potentially could this be done with diabetics? And my idea with diabetics is you would see them, but then you would, let's say they get my monthly newsletter or weekly newsletter, monthly newsletter on checking your feet. So give them 12 newsletters about topics, and then every week send them something to check their feet and have them check their feet. And if they see anything, they could come in to see you quicker, and you would give them, I don't know, ideas about diabetic shoes, about socks, about other diabetes things, and then charge them like $10 a month for your diabetic patients. So just something like that to get a subscription. I think there's some validity to that, and I think that has some legs as well. I'd like to know your thoughts about this whole subscription idea. Any ideas, any collaboration, please let me know. Email is down at Podiatry Practice Master. I invite you to join if you're not joined yet. I made a few modifications on that membership site. Now you can listen to the podcast right there if you didn't subscribe, right on Podiatry Practice Mastery. Also, I keep adding recommendations. I added some great content from Strategic Coach recently, so I think you might like that. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying this. Send me any thoughts or ideas about this. Okay, have a great one.